Hello, I'm Dominique Hamler. I'm a registered nurse, 20 plus years in the field. I'm also executive director at LAOP. And I'm here with my esteemed colleague, Paradise Saghafi.
Oh, thank you, Dominique. Hi, this is Paradise Saghafi, and I'm a primary therapist in LAOP. Nice to meet you all.
So this is our second video in our series of roundtable discussions, you guys. So excited on mental health. Today, we're diving into the topic of embracing mental health in your relationship. So let's talk about it. Love bombing.
Love bombing.
Okay, the situation is I'm starting to feel overwhelmed by the person I just started seeing. You know, they want this constant attention and these grand gestures, you know. I'm beginning to question if it's genuine affection or potential manipulation. So the question I have for you, Paradise, is how can individuals distinguish between love and love bombing when faced with intense? I'm talking intense. I'm talking about 2 dozens of roses just because. I'm talking chocolate on your desk when you leave your office and you come back the next day. I'm talking the best fine dining in downtown LA, okay? With these intense displays of affection, how can I know the difference?
So that is a very good question, and I want to bring the attention to a culture and how we are seeing different people acting.
Okay.
2 important, very, very important subjects. Time, how long you've been in a relationship with which culture you are sitting down, how much you know the person, and how much you have a feeling of, are you comfortable or not? Is it okay with your boundaries? Is it okay with your values? So something that I talk about in LAOP is like every individual, before starting any kind of a relationship, they need to have an understanding who they are, what they want, and where they are standing. That is actually a homework for you as a partner in any kind of a relationship. What my needs are?
Wow.
What is a flower, a bouquet of the flower after a first date is so much to me, or it's not. And there is no wrong or right answer.
Okay.
And I want to mention your question.
Okay.
If a person is asking that, that is a sign.
Wow.
That you need to sit with it. You need time. Time. Oh my God, that is so important, especially nowadays.
Especially nowadays. So I heard you say, and this is for you guys, it starts from within, right? What do I want? Have you even asked yourself that? What do I want in this relationship, right? I'm so busy, maybe just caught up in the rapture of love, Anita Baker. So it's just entrancing event, and I'm not really paying attention to, hey, what do I want, right? And then I heard you say boundaries, you know? So now when I think of boundaries, I'm thinking about what am I feeling, right?
Exactly. And it's so important. You are a party of the partnership, friendship, love relationship. You are, and it's so important what you are bringing. And if you're in a place that you need to ask that question, if you're asking that question, meaning that you have so many other questions that you need to answer. There's so many whys. Why I feel like this?
Yeah.
Is it I'm a vulnerable person? Is there any problem with my trust? Is it something that I feel? So where is it standing? We just don't want to throw a baby out with the bathwater. We don't want to do that. We just want to be mindfully observing what is it? Something else that just came up for me.
Say it. What is it?
It's like so many people feel that they don't deserve that gesture. Oh, that was a love bombing, and hey, Paradise, I think he's doing this for me, to me. And I'm like, don't you deserve it?
Hey.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's culturally appropriate for you to have that, or even you are exposing to a different culture.
Right.
Where are you standing? So it's just not about the answer. I think it's about sitting with the whole process and feeling.
Love it. Okay. Sit and feel, people. Sit and feel, okay? Before you just make a judgment.
Right on.
That's a judgment.
Dominique, there you go.
So I have another statistic I want to share. So a survey conducted by Shane Co. in 2022 shows more than 70% of Americans aged 18 to 55 say they've been love bombed, and 78% of dating app users have been love bombed.
I think every person's experience is valid, and every person have their own point of view to approaching and defining the meaning of the relationship.
Okay.
I want to stay curious about it and know more.
Yeah.
And feel like, okay, so where were you? Where were you standing with the situation? And why? And what is it that you define as a love bombing?
Right.
Because there are general definition in a pop culture
Sure.
that we hear and we learn about it. People have different ideas about that.
That's true.
People have different perception about that. So let's hold a space for differences. And
Yeah.
oh, love bombing, you mean like he picked you up? Or love bombing, you mean like you had like several like boxes of chocolate daily coming? What is it? I want to know it, and I want to see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I love that. Give it space, you guys, right? Let's just not jump to conclusions. Love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we can talk about identifying red flags in a new dynamic. So there's this whole red flag, right? Which when you see the color red, you think of love, of course. But then you think, hold up, stop, wait a minute. So identifying red flags in a new dynamic, let's talk about this situation, okay?
Sure.
So my boyfriend is great. He is great, okay? But now that we've moved in, dun, 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 okay, we're sharing a roof, you know, we're in the same space. We've been talking about space. He's starting to exhibit more controlling behavior and criticism towards me. He's telling me, oh, you didn't clean that up right. Oh, you need to put that back in its space. That's a little annoying, right? So this is the question. In a new stage of relationship, what signs should one be attentive to as potential red flags indicating unhealthy dynamics? Like we're talking about the spectrum that's not good for us, right? Sometimes we want what's not good for us, but that's another topic.
That was a great point. Actually, we usually go there. That's very common. That's very common and so valid. And there are so many reasons about it, which we get to it. Red flags. Again, it depends on who are you, what do you want from your relationship, what is your goals in a relationship, and what do you want to gain from your relationship. What is being defined as a good, healthy relationship and what is not.
Right.
So it's different in different cultures. Sometimes some people in collective culture may come across as a Western lens that they are enmeshed. They're too close. They're doing everything together. Even judgments like clingy goes with it. And sometimes the collective culture looking at two individualistic cultures, say, oh my God, they're so cold. Just divorced already. Right? So that is different. And I learned this a long time ago from my father. That if you meet somebody and you feel you cannot be yourself around them, check the safety point.
That part.
Your being, your energy, the way you carry yourself, it already shows that if you're safe or you need to filter.
Right.
Well, if you need to filter, I'm not saying red flag as, oh my God, the person is horrible. I think that is a lot of judgment. People may be very good and not good for each other. People may be beautiful individuals, but not good for each other. And that depends on what is your values, where you're standing with your values, and where you're standing with your needs. What you want, right? So the other thing that I always ask my clients to do is like, give it a time. You won't know anybody over one night date. It's impossible. It's impossible. And I understand that there is this culture of, I call it like a fast food culture in dating, because it's just a boom, boom. It's like I pick up the phone. You need to do white tablecloth
Come on.
relationship.
There you go.
You need to enjoy, savor it, know the person, create the situation for them, for you
Yeah.
to observe
There you go.
and be a witness, right?
Oh, I'm gonna testify. You got a witness.
Sweet. Time.
Okay.
One of my mentors, she shared a skill. If you want to start a relationship, to check those points.
Okay.
Darling, put a penny in
Okay.
and see if they match your penny.
Hey.
So many of us, we're like, oh, hi, $100, and how are you today? And we're like, coming, Paradise, by the way, I was at a date and it didn't work. What did you do? I put $100. $100. You may come across as love bombing,
Right.
suffocating. The person freaked out, maybe.
Yeah.
Or if it's not a person who wants to, may manipulate the situation.
Right,
So
right.
time, and give it a little bit in. Give time to know a person. The other thing, see how the person is treating others.
Ooh. Spot on.
See how the person is treating others. And
Definitely.
that's going to be you.
Right.
Because this honeymoon phase will be
Yeah,
done and
yeah.
you will be a other person.
That's right. You get a chance to see. I love what you said. The time. Take your time. Set the table. You said the white tablecloth. So if you're using a white tablecloth, you really are like investing, right,
True.
in the moment.
True.
And then on that word investment, you talked about put something in there, right? Put something of yours in there, but not too much.
No.
Not too much.
Enough.
Take your time, but
Yeah,
enough to
enough.
show that, hey, I'm in. Right?
Yes.
So invest, people, invest, and take your time. Love it. So let's move on to spotting green flags. Green means go. Green means money to me. Money, right? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, right? Or life, plant. Come on, let's go. So,
I love the traffic light.
and the traffic light,
Methodology.
boom. And you know,
So good.
we're in LA, so if that light turns
Oh,
green
yeah.
and you haven't moved, you're gonna hear it. Pom, pom, pom. I mean, like,
Yes.
nobody. We don't play about the green around
No.
here, right?
Sorry. No judgment, actually.
No judgment, but green. Green flags, you guys. So, my new boyfriend is unlike anyone I've ever dated before. He actively listens. He respects my boundaries.
Oh, beautiful.
He encourages me to reach my goals. It almost seems too good to be true, Paradise. It's like, it's just real. So, my question for you is, in the early stages of a relationship, what positive signs could be designated as green flags that individuals should look for as indicators for a promising and healthy connection? I want to be healthy.
Yeah. There is a general idea of a healthy relationship, which I personally believe it's limiting because there is a spectrum of healthy and a spectrum of different people and cultures and beings. So it's so hard
I see.
to put it in a box.
Yeah.
And I think checkpoints. If I feel like, oh, this is too good to be true, I will have several questions
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Do I deserve this? Do I have a struggle with receiving love?
Okay.
And it's okay if you do.
Okay.
So many of us does.
Right, right.
It's a very common
Wow.
situation.
Wow.
So completely valid.
Okay.
So many of us were like, are you sure you like me?
Right.
We have that.
Right,
and,
right.
and honestly, it can be cute and sweet. And at the same time, again, how I am there.
Okay.
Come back to the moment how I am there, how his behavior. Somebody may like somebody that is very aggressive and a go-getter, and they're like, oh my God, I found this gal that she is superwoman,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So much judgment there.
Right. Well, that's
we
okay.
we'll have a video about that. It just comes
tuned.
up every
No
minute.
judgment.
And at the same time, somebody will be like, this is so overwhelming because it's not aligned with my gender roles, with my beliefs.
Right, right.
So healthy, I think it's a good boundary,
Okay.
cultural affirm,
Right.
good communication skill, how I feel about me? Am I filtering? I check this all the time. Am I filtering? Am I inspired? Am I motivated?
Yeah.
Am I creating love and joy, or am I like reserving, shutting down, walking on eggshells?
Right. Right. Can you tell me more about the filtering? I'm really curious about
Sure. Filtering is that I have parts that I believe the other partner may don't like. So I would just put them in a box, shut them down, and
that. Oh, okay.
for example, I'm having a hard day at work.
Yeah.
My partner doesn't have a tolerance for
Yeah.
my sadness, for my being anxious.
Right.
So when I go home, I just repress and I'm like, oh, honey, how are you?
Okay.
Because I'm afraid to share that with them. You know why?
Why is that?
Because I receive judgment.
Ah.
So I rather to shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I had clients that they became vegan to please their partners.
Oh, I see.
So I need to totally filter part of me in order to be in a relationship.
Relationship. Wow.
That is a problem.
That is
I think there
very
is-
problematic.
Because you cannot do it. How long you can do
It's
it?
not gonna last. It's not sustainable.
You want to be like pretend for a month,
Right.
2,
Right.
3. You need to really work in Hollywood. If you can do 3, good for you. You have a new talent.
days.
Do Hollywood. They will really, really respect that. Yeah.
You're in character for 90 days.
Oh yeah, go for it. You have a good resume. That's my partner, right?
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, no filtering. This is not a Hollywood audition. This is a healthy relationship, right? So I like what you said. You have to feel safe and be yourself, right? Be authentic. Be who you are, right? That person that you're involved with has to give you that space and that capacity.
Correct.
Okay.
I think everybody deserves that.
You deserve it. And then, yes, let's talk about that. Am I worthy? Because that is a struggle, you know, especially if you've been through traumatic relationships,
Correct.
domestic violence.
Correct.
You might not feel like you're worthy
Exactly.
of love. So this green flag might be something that you might think is a red flag because of what you've been through.
Or you would be like, thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you. I don't deserve it. Bye. And you usually come up with I think in pop culture, they talk about self-sabotage.
Yes.
They actually create a scenario of like talented, like
Wow.
people are so creative. they come up with this story
Yeah.
that when we go over it in a session, I'm like, why don't you write? Like, how did you? Because it's just so hard to get in touch and accept that they're worth it. They'd rather to destroy that relationship. It's much easier.
Wow.
It's like,
Boom, boom. And you're doing it on your own volition. You are, and is that attached to the not feeling worthy, the self-sabotage?
it's actually self-sabotage attached to not feeling worthy. It's actually the narrative that you carry through your life.
Okay.
So people that they actually don't accept a job,
Yeah.
don't move,
Yeah.
don't start a new relationship, they are hesitant, they are worried,
I
and
see.
people bring stuff to them and they avoid it.
Oh,
And you know what will happen when you start avoiding those positive approaches?
What's that?
People don't approach you anymore.
Oh, wow.
Who wants to get dismissed? Who wants to get hearing no? No,
Right.
you'll be done. The person will be completely done.
Wow, that is incredibly insightful, you guys. So please don't sabotage yourself. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of a good boyfriend or good girlfriend. Please hear Paradise's words. You can deserve a good relationship.
Yeah, and I think everybody does.
Right. Thank you. You hear that?
Everybody does.
Okay, you deserve it. All right. So now we're gonna do some diagnosing. I'm diagnosing.
Let me
this
bring my
individual.
DSM-5.
Oh yeah,
Hold
you
on a
okay,
second.
go ahead. Look at that. We need a manual, please. Manual. DSM-5. So we can do this properly. So we're gonna talk about gaslighting. So maybe before I start the situation, can you just kind of give us a little recap of what I'm sure it's a very prominent term right now, but can you just give us like from your lens what gaslighting is for the people?
Gaslighting in general, it means like I feel something and you come and tell me that what you're feeling is not true. So it's like a huge invalidation.
Wow.
Like, oh my God, I'm so angry at my daughter and this is like too much.
Uh-huh.
Husband, no, you're not angry. So it's like, and through time, what does the damage that gaslighting does, that people will question their intuition and their inner voice.
Okay.
People will be like, am I right? Did they really do that to me or no?
Right. Right.
So this is something that happens, like,
Yeah.
or they, it's another way of, I'm thinking about like manipulation, that I turn the story, that what you experienced was not, oh darling, you're crazy.
Wow. That.
Maybe you're having an episode. These are the wordings that you hear, rather than, it's very validating, rather than validating, oh my God, of course anybody goes through an accident will be scared.
Right. Right. Thank you for that. It's like the Jedi mind trick. Like, you did not feel that. You did not hear. Wow, that's powerful. I mean, when you think about it. So now we'll talk about the situation.
Sure.
Okay. So I often feel invalidated and confused when my girlfriend dismisses my feelings. And this is in order to prioritize her own goals in certain situations. This makes it challenging for me to open up and be vulnerable with her. I wonder if this could be considered gaslighting. So they're already starting the conversation in their mind, is this gaslighting? So the question I'm gonna ask you, Paradise, is when faced with gaslighting behaviors, how can individuals diagnose and address this manipulation in a relationship to ensure mental well-being?
Individuals cannot diagnose. Okay, sorry. I was like, I'm sorry. Talk to your therapist about it.
Guys, y'all stop it.
They're the professional.
You heard it.
Can help you.
Stop diagnosing. I'm talking to myself too.
We do it in LAOP. We actually is part of the therapy.
Right, right.
And at the same time, what I understood is like how we can realize that there is a gaslighting and how we can address it.
Right.
Cut the chase. Stop beating around the bush.
Okay.
Be truthful, honest, straightforward.
Okay.
And I want to know, what is the goal of that relationship? What do you want? What do you want to gain? In general, we have three main goals in our interpersonal effectiveness that we can achieve.
Okay.
One is an objective.
Okay.
I really want to borrow your pen.
I see.
Two, I really want to keep my relationship with you, meaning what? When I leave the room, you still like me. That is a relationship.
Okay.
Third,
Okay.
I want to keep my self-respect, meaning when I go home and put my head on my pillow, I'm like, I feel free and good. I don't feel guilty going against any of my values or any of that. So what is that the person is achieving?
Got it.
Something that worries me and concerns me is that, and I believe it's the way that humans, they make meaning of stuff.
Okay.
We put a name on it.
Yeah.
So we label it. The problem with that is like, take the curiosity out of it. You want to understand it. You want to define it. Oh, it was a gaslighting. Was it? Let's check.
Okay.
And gaslighting is a very big label.
It is.
Because gaslighting can come across as a manipulation. Gaslighting can be a miscommunication.
Right.
And gaslighting can be a different diagnosis with different parties. We don't know.
That's
You know where I'm
right.
coming from? So it can be much
Absolutely.
deeper.
It can be a lot
Yeah.
deeper.
So I just think like people, it's better for them to hold space and think about it.
Yeah. Think about it, you guys. Paradise is telling you, think about it. Don't just label it. Think about it. So I'll bring up another statistic. While it is hard to pin down exactly how many people have been victims of gaslighting specifically, because again, what you're saying with the how we define it,
Yeah.
the NCADV found that 4 in 10 women and 4 in 10 men have experienced at least one form of coercive control by an intimate partner in their lifetime. This coercive control, that frightens me.
It is a lot. And honestly, Dominique, it's one of the factuality of the society.
Wow.
All of this power and control between genders, it's creating so many of coercion, manipulation, power over. So, of course, it's given if the society is functioning like that, what is going to happen to people?
That's right.
Yes, and it's there. And I think we need to validate it more often.
Okay, we do. I agree with you. This is the topic of discussion, you guys, because in these intimate partner relationships that you're saying that reflect what's going on in society that might not be in a healthy fashion, we need to have more conversation
Yes,
about it.
correct.
I totally agree with you.
Correct.
I totally agree with you.
Are you or someone you know looking for treatment options in Los Angeles? The Los Angeles Outpatient Center is an adult clinic specializing in mental health and eating disorders. Located in Culver City, California, LAOP offers day and evening programs to accommodate individuals' busy lives and treatment needs. Each treatment plan is individualized and includes both group and individual therapy sessions and daily free nourishing meals. Most major insurance companies are accepted, and their program specialists are there to help you every step of the way. Learn more at laopcenter.com or by calling 888-928-3805.
Now we're going to talk about navigating codependence. And I'm
my
so
favorite
right. I'm so interested to hear what you have to say, Paradise. So the situation is, my girlfriend and I are in a fantastic relationship, but my girlfriend values spending every moment together, and I feel the need for more individualized time. You know, with my friends, my family.
Why not?
Now, I don't want to let my girlfriend down. I love our quality time as well, you know, but sounds like this person in this situation is kind of like, okay, which side of the fence am I going to land on, right? So the question, Paradise, is in a relationship where one partner desires more individualized time, how can they navigate differing time preferences to foster a healthy, there's that word again, healthy balance without compromising the relationship?
Oh, definitely. As we talked about at both ends.
Okay.
So both ends, two different and two complete opposites can be true at the same time.
Okay.
Like, I love my boyfriend and he annoys me.
Yeah.
So I can do that. It's possible. We don't need to go black and white.
I see.
We can be in like a different spectrums of the gray
I
and see where we are landing.
Okay.
About codependency,
Right.
very cultural, very cultural. Because if it's the collective culture, if they are not sitting at the same table and eating dinner, it's disrespectful.
I see.
You are not paying attention to me.
Right.
In individualistic culture, people are eating at the counter and just running out, and no hard feelings.
Right.
So enmeshment, how much I need to do, I think it's completely a couple's preferences. And I think I'm trying to bring down the healthy to normalize it, that it can be healthy as long as you feel good, it is healthy.
Wow.
There is no such a standard that
Right.
scientists sit down there and say, hey, you have to do A and B and C, and if you didn't do D, I'm sorry, your relationship is not healthy.
Right.
Goodbye. It's not like that. It's just, it's more complicated like that, and we are complicated.
Very
creatures,
complex.
right?
Extremely.
Extremely. So I think what I hear is the communication skill. First of all, I would ask him, what do you want? How much time you want? What is it is more, and what is it negotiate within?
Yeah.
Figure out what you want before any negotiation.
That's right.
Because you don't want to sit down in front of your partner and start thinking, oh, hold on a second, I didn't think about that part. I don't know what I want. It's so confusing.
Right.
So you want to know what you want. And little by little, like, hey, let's put this and put that. I honestly, Dominique, when relationships are based on love and respect, anything is possible.
Love it.
Anything
Love and
is
respect.
possible.
Come on, that's it. Love and respect, you guys.
Yeah.
Those are the building blocks, the ingredients, if you will, to the relationship that you want. But again, I'm going to echo Paradise's words. What do you want?
Exactly.
Define that, right? Before we start this arduous, complex process, you know?
So many times we don't reach out to people because our own insecurity. The person is so ready to say, oh, sure, honey, go out with your friends. I really need a break, right? You just need to, we have so much inner thoughts and we go with the narrative in our brain, and we get ourselves anxious. And then one day in the kitchen, you look at them like, "You're always on me. I cannot breathe." And you're like, "Did you get your coffee?" And you're not even there, like, because the person is having an inner story with themselves, right?
Yes.
And the other partner is like, "I will leave you alone with your coffee. I will be back in 10 minutes."
Right.
What just happened?
Yeah.
And they were repressing. We too. You know, those
Right.
stories.
Yes.
Passive aggressiveness comes from that.
Oh,
If you don't know,
you guys.
yes, and it's not pretty. You will be the person whose fault is everything.
Right.
Continue. Passive aggressive doesn't.
Wow.
Don't go with it.
And it sounds like you were describing that filtering again, because you're saying that you were pressing, you're putting it away, and then it just comes out, right? It comes out at this. So what's making it come out? Is it because we're just like,
It's a pressure cooker. It's a pressure cooker. Like it goes like, phew.
wow,
Yeah.
wow.
And interestingly, it comes from that self-worth.
Okay.
I don't worth it
Yeah.
to talk to the person
Right.
because I don't worth my time.
Right. Right.
And then you build anger, resentment,
Wow.
goes on top of each other.
And then
yeah.
has to have a way of escape. Okay, you guys.
Yeah.
No cooking this passive aggressive meat patties, okay? disclose, be open, communicate. Tell them how you feeling, right? That's your opportunity. Tell them how you feeling.
With compassion, with empathy. Like one of the most important things that happens in general, that conflict is always there.
Yeah.
Misunderstanding is always there. Guess what? We are humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the beautiful gadgets that we have.
It is.
We exercise it a lot, and it's okay. If you want to approach it, it needs to have the goal.
Yeah.
You need to know where you want to go. And if you wanted to resolve it, you need to have compassion. You need to have compromise. You need to show love and respect. Because without that, it's going to get very bad.
Right.
Very bad. Like, yeah.
We don't want
worse.
that.
No.
We don't want that, guys. We don't want that.
No.
Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Dropping nuggets, guys. Catch those jewels. I'm telling you, they're coming your way. I'm telling you. Navigating unsolicited opinions in an LGBTQ plus relationship. Okay? So this is the situation. My girlfriend and I, a same-sex couple, frequently face unsolicited opinions, right? About the validity of our relationship from friends and family, of course.
Yes.
This external judgment is starting to affect our mental well-being. You know, now, okay, we're hearing everybody talk, yada, 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 coming in our relationship, all in our business. So this is the question, Paradise. For same-sex couples with external judgment, how can they navigate unsolicited opinions to maintain a healthy relationship and prioritize their mental well-being? Because it sounds like that's the theme in this situation. They want to make sure that they stay stable, if you will, in their relationship.
Correct. Minorities and judgments from families and society. So they're not even getting exposed to those judgments and comments. Like, they are receiving it daily. That is not a little thing. That is so huge. That completely affect people's mental health.
Yes, it does.
Discrimination
Absolutely.
on top of it. So, the couple
Okay.
coming,
Yeah.
there's so many things they can do.
Okay.
And they can actually mix and match it. I like mix and matching.
Mix and match.
Mix and match, I
Come on.
think. And you know what? I have a core belief that
Okay.
every human being is wise enough to take care of themselves.
Okay.
So if I just give this nuggets, like people elaborate. I love to hear about what you did. Like, I
Okay.
think it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
First of all, externalize that. That is not yours. It's not yours. Please grab it, put it on a table. Because I do this exercise with my clients. So bring your hand up.
Okay.
And bring it to your face.
Okay.
What do you see?
My hand.
Okay. How much you see it now?
Oh, A lot better.
So if I create a space between me and the object, I will have more data. I see it much more clear. So if I externalize the feelings, the comments, the judgments, now I know what I need to do with it. It's not mine. Doesn't belong to me. It's so hard. We carry that. Carry that. Okay, stuff like I go to a grocery shopping and come out and I have these emotions that it doesn't belong to me. It's so normal. We are humans. We are affecting one another, influencing one another, right?
Absolutely.
Just imagine the mother have a comment.
Oh, yeah.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah.
It really hurts.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah.
Okay, a moment of
Moment of silence
moment of silence
for all the unsolicited comments from your mom.
mother. It's painful because we're so close to them and we are vulnerable with them. Create boundaries. Let them know how you feel. Let them know what it's doing to your relationship.
Oh my goodness.
So many times they have no idea. So many times they think they're helping.
They're helping.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Yet so many times that happens.
It does.
And take care of you.
Yes.
If somebody, because so many of minority group, I just want to put it here, so many of minority group, they internalize the racism and discrimination within, and they don't know that they are discriminating themselves too. Wow. They don't know that. It's happening. Because society, right? So the suggestion is putting it out,
Okay.
draw some boundary,
Yeah.
have an effective communication. We're actually teaching Dear Man, which is one of the interpersonal effectiveness of a DBT modality in LAOP right now to help people how to the objectivity that they want, how they can gain it.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful. It works. It's very validating. We need to make a video of that.
We need to make a video. More to come, guys. So now, again, deeper dive, we're going into establishing healthy communication patterns. And you've been saying that communication piece a lot. I've been hearing you drop that nugget a lot. So this is the situation, guys. My boyfriend and I have different communication styles, right? Leading to, guess what? Misunderstandings. We're one of those couples that love each other, but always seem to end up arguing about every little thing. So they got drama going on. That's what it sounds like. So the question I have for you, Paradise, is when partners have differing communication styles, what strategies can they use to ensure effective, and you already used that word, effective communication, because it's not just communication, it's effective. Put that little spice on it, right? Effective communication. And prevent misunderstandings in their relationship. It sounds like they don't want to have the drama. They want to have effective communication skills, and they want to come to some type of arrangement where they can communicate effectively. So give us your take on that.
I just want to validate that when people love each other so much, drama will happen.
Wow.
I don't know. It was on a boy. No, I don't remember where, but the client was telling me that, Ernest, I'm looking for a drama-free relationship. And I looked at them. Define the meaning of drama. Define the meaning. Do you wanted to be in a relationship with a robot? What do you what does drama mean?
Right.
Because being with people brings up emotional intensity, brings up different emotion. And have you guys ever have this experience that you sit with a person and something comes out of you, you're giggly and laughing, and with the other person you're very to the point and we are affecting one another. We're bringing different stuff up. So something interesting that happened between people when they love each other, they think automatically the other person is the psychic. So they read their mind. Oh, don't you love me? How you didn't know that I love red roses, not the yellow ones? And they take it to the heart. To the heart. So that brings a conflict. My emotional intensity is already going up because I have. Is that a fair expectation if I didn't share that?
Right. How are they gonna know?
Is it
Right.
And something else that happens between people conversation, people are not mindful and let the emotion take over.
Ooh.
So there's so many judgments going to happen. It's not about the other person. It's about your dysregulation that you want to. And this is because it's so intolerable to be in the distress.
Right.
So, first thing first,
Yeah.
deep breathing.
Okay.
There is nobody's life on table.
Okay.
Nobody gonna die
Okay. Okay.
because he didn't buy the milk last night. Check the facts, like how much intensity you really want to put in that.
Right.
Be compassionate. Have a gentle smile. Be factual, honest.
Okay.
So we actually do DEAR.
Okay.
It's describe, express,
Okay.
assert, reinforce.
Okay.
What we need to do is that what I want. Do I want to keep my relationship? Or the milk is over my relationship? It can be. I want to be fair. The milk can be more important than your relationship. Given your relationship, I'm actually leaving it that open.
Yeah.
For people to feel validated. Like, I don't know, maybe really the milk is more important. But you need to know and you need to act accordingly.
That's right.
You cannot come and aim for the objectivity and then you will be like, oh, oopsie, my relationship, he didn't call me back, never.
Right.
Yeah, you were not compromising on where to eat. And you yelled at him.
Right. Right.
So,
So I hear you saying that we have to be responsible too for our actions and our approach, effectively communicating and not communicating with aggression and I mean, that's violence, right? Let's face it. You know, if I'm throwing things and I'm tossing things,
it just breaks more heart and it just creates more rupture. It doesn't solve anything.
it's not helping the situation.
No, it just makes it worse.
Right. I mean, I'm sure in your practice you hear, you know, a lot of different stories, but sometimes it's very small things that, like you said, you compact it, you repress it, and then there's this explosion of emotions. So
I think if people sit down with themselves and see where it's coming from and being fair and holding space and staying validating and with compassion.
yes.
When I say validating doesn't mean that you need to agree with the person.
Okay.
You don't need to.
Okay.
You just need to hold the space for their experience.
Oh, that's
because you're never ever gonna have another human being experience.
Right. This is it.
100%. You can't. You can have similar. You can have similar. That's why every human being is unique. You can have similar
Absolutely.
trauma,
Right.
and people do different stuff with their trauma. People deal with their trauma. People hold conflict with a different lens and different approaches.
Right.
It depends on who you are.
That's right.
Nobody's same.
And well, I enjoyed our time. And I cannot thank you enough, Paradise, for joining us today.
My pleasure.
And if you have any questions or future topics of discussion, I have the subject matter expert right here, you guys. So please reach out and comment below. To learn more about mental health services provided at LEOP, please visit centeredhealth.com, call 1-888-928-3805. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, you guys, I'd like to remind you of the importance of prioritizing your mental health. What about you, right? That's what we were saying. What about you? You worthy of this. You worthy of healthy relationships and prioritizing your mental health and your well-being. Take care, you guys. Bye. Bye.